For coming to the month of March County Council meeting. We'll go ahead and, it's 4 o'clock, we'll go ahead and start it. If you'll stand with the council, and Councilman Cuthbert's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shall we bow our heads? Lord, we just thank you for all our blessings, and thank you for love, and thank you for all the answers to our prayers. We also thank you for each one here. Thank you for each council member. We pray that we would make good financial decisions from now and for in the future. Guide our legislators as they are in legislation purposes right now, and help them to make good decisions for us, for our present and our future as well. Bless our judges too, Lord, as they work in their role to bring justice to our people who come before them, and just pray that our system would work as it's supposed to. We just thank you that Howard County is doing so well. We pray that it continues, and bless all of our county employees. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Our first order of business will be to approve the meeting minutes from February. Are there any comments or corrections to the minutes?
Will we accept the minutes as presented?
Second.
Motion has been approved and seconded properly by Councilman Faulkner and Councilwoman Lake. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Minutes are approved. Thank you very much. The next bit of business will be the additional appropriations. Madam Auditor?
Ordinance number 2023-HCCO-10, additional appropriations. Whereas it has been determined that it is now necessary to appropriate more money than was appropriated in 2023 annual budget. Now therefore be it ordained by the County Council of Howard County, Indiana, that for the expenses of the taxing unit, the following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of the funds named for all the purposes specified, subject to the laws governing the same. County General, Surveyor, Secretary, $39,949. Information Systems, Intern, $13,000. Total County General Fund, $52,949. Addiction Response Grant Fund, Probation Officer, $52,663. FICA, $4,028.72. PERF, $7,688.80. Insurance, $20,053.48. Total Addiction Response Grant Fund, $84,434. Total additional appropriations for all funds, $137,383.
Thank you very much. Looks like Greg Lake's going to speak to us first.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What we have before you is a while ago we had a receptionist in our office retire, and that was back when we were really striving on our attrition program. We were trying to get by with not replacing that individual, and then we had COVID hit, and we struggled through that for a little bit. And we finally gotten to the place that we have been backfilling this position with everything that we can, and we aren't succeeding at getting our work done the way it should be. So we are coming back to request that position be refilled. Surveyor's office did meet with the tax committee, and I believe you have their response in front of you as well. And probably one of the largest things I would like to say is thank you to our HR department. She is doing an awesome job helping us figure out how to fill that position if everything moves forward.
Can the audience hear the speaker okay?
It's on.
Can you expand on the increased workload your office has that we spoke about in the PAC meeting?
Sure. So what we tried to do when we had our employee retire is we tried to take the two positions that we had and combined it into one. So we have a drainage board secretary at that time, and then we had a clerical secretary. So inside of our office, we have two separate job functions going on, and we tried to bring that into one individual and backfilling it as needed with other staff. So through that, we became a situation that as we increase our workload on the drainage board side of our office, so in other words, as we continue to do more projects and have more reconstructions and more public hearings, that increases that paperwork requirement of meeting those statutory notices and making sure all of that stuff is getting put out in the mail, making sure the findings and orders are being done and written appropriately. And we were finding that we continued to increase our mistakes as it left the office to try and keep on top of those programs. And it's just became to the point that we need more help so that more time can be spent on those documents so that we stop having mistakes leave the office. So that's one of the main concepts. The other item is we've had many programs been brought to our office that through ARP funds, we've had a lot of positive outcomes. So we actually had a scanning program that was implemented in our office. So all of our county drains and section corners were being scanned into a computer system. Well, that's wonderful, but when those documents came back to us, they came back in disarray. So now I need to have somebody put them back together in the way they should be to go back in a drawer. And we don't have the staff to make that happen. So we have boxes upon boxes of stuff scattered kind of everywhere. So while we were also having our office remodeled, all of our files and everything were in the basement. I'm not sure if anybody is aware we had a flood. So that's been a challenge as well. Those are some of the items that we were just not keeping up with, and we can't even come close at this point without some more bodies to make those types of things happen. Then as far as additional programs coming in, we have solar fields coming in. We have battery factories going on. We currently have more projects under construction today than I have people to get to them. And that's just the field work. So what drives that field work is all the paperwork beforehand. So the months of work getting all the paperwork in place prior to us going out and building the drain. The surveyor's office is a little bit different than most government offices. We actually start from an idea and we put it in the ground. We build it. We construct it. There's not too many government offices that actually have a final product. Like County Highway, they build roads. They think, they design it, they build it. But other county offices, they're more of a service industry, so they don't have that from idea to construction requirements. So that makes our office just a tad different.
Do those files have to be kept after they've been scanned?
Yes. The goal was, when we had them scanned, was so that it would speed up retrieval time. I'm not sure that that's happened yet. How the scanning took place, we actually have them so that if something happens, we can regenerate it. But the database driving that information, I don't know that it's quite there yet.
If this gets approved, how soon would it be before you got a person in place to do the job that you're trying to fill?
I'd ask Carrie that. How soon a person would come in place. We would
Approximately.
advertise it, we would advertise it as soon as it's approved, and then we'd start the interview process. I've not had much luck with that process, so it usually, if it was just me doing it, I would tell you probably 3 to 4 months. But with Terry on top of it, I have lots of faith in her.
So is a month reasonable, or?
I'd like to have it filled in a couple of weeks, but
Okay,
it might be more longer.
thank you.
Yes.
Any other questions or comments by the council members?
Appreciate your work, Ray. very
Thank
much.
you. We greatly appreciate all your support.
Thank you. Our next speaker will be Information Systems Assistant Director Ryan McKay.
Good afternoon, councilmen and councilwomen. It's a pleasure addressing you on behalf of Jeremy Stevens, who is on vacation this week. I'm here to request $13,000 to fund our internship program. This intern will be a Howard County resident and will work up to 20 hours per week at $12 per hour. This request has been unanimously approved by the PAC committee and will be an ongoing program, meaning it's going to be a part of our, if approved, our annual budget request. So, any questions?
Will this intern work for how long, a year? Or?
Up to 20 hours a week until that $13,000 is met. And it will be a rotating position. So if their school, if he meets his required hours for school and leaves, we'll post the internship and then get a new intern in. So it's going to be a revolving door, basically.
And they will be setting up the new computer for one of the
Yes,
main purposes.
printers, PC deploys, they're going to be processing and destruction of old hard drives, which we have thousands, which we need to work through. Backroom and e-waste, also website work and physical networking, which with the physical networking, going through and cleaning everything up, we could save thousands of dollars by refreshing all of our networking equipment as well. So,
Any questions or comments from the council? Thank you very much, Ryan.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Our next speaker will be Dustin. Dustin here today? Dustin?
No, Brian Day. I'm here from Community Supervision. To
Brian
answer
Day.
any- Yeah, answer
Brian.
any questions with some limited knowledge of what we're doing.
Can
I
you please
believe this
explain?
is, yeah, I believe this is a grant back into what we're currently doing with our pretrial services at the jail. The grant cycle runs October 1st through September 30th. And it's a probation officer, like it says. That person is responsible for doing pretrial evaluations, assessments, and such to decide who would be going in front of the magistrate for either bond reduction or release to community supervision while waiting on their charge to be done.
Mhm. And how are things going in the probation department?
We have very large caseloads, and we're doing the best we can with what we have, for sure. I would say that our home detention is ramped up. Our work release is going real well, and trying to meet the needs of the county as best possible and reduce recidivism, and use all evidence-based practices that we can to try to find the help and the tools that our clients need, and try to make society a better place.
Now, is this money, is this for a new officer?
I
or is
believe
this-
it's,
Is this one just to
no,
fund the
I
one we
just
currently
fund
have?
we currently have.
Okay.
It just came at an odd grant cycle. We have multiple grants, multiple government grants that kind of come at different phases, and it's been very difficult over the years to try to match up specifically from Office of Court Services to Department of Corrections to some of these other things, and they all have different cycles and different timeframes, and it's been kind of difficult to kind of mesh that budget all together.
Yeah, I was curious as to if the grant cycle is October to September, why we're doing this in March.
I believe we just got it, I believe.
Just got this
Dustin did
grant.
inform me of that. I think it finally was accepted.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Are there any questions or comments for Mr. Day?
Appreciate your work too.
Thank you.
You have a-
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Well, there we have it. I will entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move we approve these additional appropriations.
Is there a
Second. Second.
Motion has been properly made by Councilman Faulkner and seconded by Councilman Alexander. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Appropriations passed. Thank you very much. Next order of business will be transfers. Madam Auditor?
Resolution number 2023-HCCR-5 transfers. Whereas the county council may approve the transfer of money from one major budget classification to another within a department or office. The transfer does not require the expenditure of more money than the total amount set out in the budget as finally determined. And if the transfer is approved at a regular public meeting and by the proper ordinance. Be it resolved by the County Council of Howard County that it is desired and deemed necessary that the following transfers be made within the accounts of the designated funds as set out below. County General Fund, Veteran Services, Veteran Burial to part-time, $2,600. Lit Special Purpose Fund, Jail Corrections Officer to part-time corrections, $40,000. County User Fee Pretrial Diversion Fund, grant match to bonus, $15,000.
Okay. If we can please have Mr. Truax up, please.
Good afternoon, council members. The reason for the transfer for the 2,600 was for an emergency part-time provision. We have an office assistant and a secretary that the first one went out on FML on 2/15. She was said to be out until 4/3/23. The other one left a week later, 2/23, and she was said to be out until 5/23. So each was going to be out for 5 to 6 weeks. The part-time person I have in the office who wasn't thoroughly trained on some of the office semantics became inundated and overwhelmed pretty fast, as did I. And after talking with HR, one of the commissioners, and Gabby, the transfer of the line item from the burial seemed to be the most appropriate one, because we have consistently, I looked over the budget for the past 3 years, we've consistently been well over budget on that one. So I know we had spoke about the part-time, but I wanted to keep that for the part-time person who's still there. So this person I've already spoke with, used to work in the Veteran Service Office. He's well acquainted with everything, and right now my assistant and I are booked out until late May, so we need extra help. And I did get it approved through HR and her doctor. My assistant's doing part-time claims from home, and luckily my secretary got an intermittent FML approved, and she started back to work last week, but we're still inundated. One of the positive notes in the office is we have almost doubled the number of phone calls we're getting a month and the number of appointments. So I think that's a positive aspect to what we're doing down there. But right now, to use a military term, our perimeter's being overran. So we kind of need some extra help. So that was the purpose of the line item transfer.
Any questions or comments from council members? Truax, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sheriff Asher?
Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So we are wanting to do a transfer from correction officer line item. We're 11 short correctional officers, so that's still kind of fluctuating. We have 4 part-time workers with us, so we need a little extra help. So they've been, part-time been working quite a bit, so we need to put more funding out of correctional line item into correctional part-time. That's where we're at.
How many, I'm sorry, how many officers are you down?
11.
11.
11. With four part-times are helping out quite a bit, so that's why they've been working a lot, so we need to switch some money over to that, so.
Okay. Any questions or comments for the sheriff?
Have anybody lined up that may be coming in to work full time?
No. Not so much.
Not so much, okay.
It sounds good, though.
That was a straight answer.
Yeah. No, I don't believe we have anybody in, no, Christine says there's nobody in the chute. Just comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Prosecutor's Office, Mark McCann? Yes, if you don't mind, please.
No, that's fine. We had actually brought this to last meeting and realized that it was a fund that he was not allowed to pay bonuses out of. So he wanted to pay it out of his pretrial diversion fund. He wasn't able to pay it out of the Title 4D fund where he pays his other incentive bonuses from. So he is transferring from his grant match to his bonus fund to cover the bonus that he would like to pay an employee.
Yes. And I spoke to Prosecutor McCann about this issue, and motivation behind the bonus is he's just trying to keep his people. They're running full bore, and we called State Board of Accounts, and it's entirely appropriate to take money out of this particular fund. He can spend it as he wishes, as long as he's got the blessings of the commissioners and the council. And we'll find out if he's got the blessings of the council here in a few moments. But if there are any questions that I can answer, I'd be happy to. Okay, well, that's all we have for the transfers. I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve resolution number 2023 HCCR 5 transfer.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion's been properly made and seconded by Councilwoman Lake and Councilman Cuthbert. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Transfers are passed. Thank you. Next order of business will be salary ordinance.
Salary ordinance number 2023-HCCO-11- salary ordinance amendments. An ordinance amending and increasing staffing and salary authorization to be paid county employees for the calendar year effective January 1, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, as originally approved for the year 2023, except where otherwise noted. Be it ordained by the Howard Council of Howard County, Indiana, that for the said fiscal year, the following salary amendments are approved as additional changes to the basic salary ordinance for the same fiscal year. Necessary personal services appropriations have been approved previously to support the required expenditure of necessary funds. County General Secretary, $39,949. Information Systems Intern, $13,000. Veteran Service Part-Time, $2,600. Lit Special Purpose Fund, Jail, Corrections Officer, reduction, $40,000. Part-Time Corrections, $40,000. County User Fee Pretrial Diversion Fund, bonus, $15,000. Addiction Response Grant Fund, Probation Officer, $52,663. FICA, $4,028.72. PERF, $7,688.80. Insurance, $20,053.48.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments about the salary ordinance? Entertain a motion.
Move to approve the salary ordinance amendment as read.
Second.
Thank you. Motion's been properly made and seconded by Councilman Alexander and seconded by Councilman Maple. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Next order of business would be old business. Is there any old business we need to take care of? Is there any new business to take care of? Is there any other council business we'd like to take care of? That being said, I'll entertain a motion.
Whoa.
Oh, excusez-moi. I should look out there a little more often. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Council.
Afternoon, this is Commissioner Dodd and Commissioner Bray.
If you remember back, we, the county, are part of the READY group. And part of the READY group, consisting of 5 counties, we were awarded $30 million as part of that group. Howard County decided as one of our projects, we wanted to do broadband, to get broadband all around Howard County. Commissioner Roberts and I, or Councilman Roberts and I, attended a meeting where some of those funds were starting to be allocated. Our county, our first allocation was for our broadband project. So while we were there, they gave us this big check.
Nice.
Big check.
For $1 million.
Are we allowed to photograph you guys?
Could you do an about face and we'll let the.
Frank's trying to get a picture. Hang on. Frank's trying to take a picture.
I got it.
Got it? Yeah.
What this means, they didn't give us $1 million. But it allows us, as a county, to start drawing against this money for our broadband project, as we can start now taking our bills and receiving money towards this. A couple weeks ago, the commissioners attended an open house for a broadband project. And so it is well underway. The rain is starting around Howard County. We had our first customers hooking up to broadband. We went out to the Mass Farms, and they are one of our first farmers hooked up. Very pleased. We have our first families actually hooked up to broadband, and they were there as well. So it was quite the experience.
It was, I thought 60 down was fast for my Comcast in Greentown. I'm in Wayne's pole barn, wireless. I was getting 515 down, 415 down, wireless from his router from his house. It's just phenomenal how fast this thing is. People are really happy.
What's the name of the company?
So as this gets all hooked up, it's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It will allow the rural residents to get hooked up to the project.
Yeah.
So we wanted to let you know, and we're gonna present this check to the president of the council.
Holy moly. Whoa. Commissioners, thank you very much. Well,
Thank you guys for your help in getting that project going. We truly appreciate working with the council and getting this done.
thank you all for your hard work, and we'll all work in unison to keep Howard County moving forward. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Yep, thank you.
Well, by golly, keep that in my back pocket.
Got a bonus today.
Is there any other business to take care of? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is properly made and seconded.